let's take a dab on something else with more pearls. I had someone DM me and say, because they saw that I had a bunch of these really small pearls, they were like, put all the small pearls in a nail and take a dab. And I was like, oh, that sounds really cool because that's a ton of surface area. I'm just curious if they're going to get sucked down the stem, what's going to happen. So I am going to do this on my double diffuse because this is not my piece. I don't want to suck a bunch of little pearls down the neck. I have about 5 bags of these. We're going to just fill her up and we'll do another dab. Big thing I'm thinking about is that, boy, oh boy, do I hope I can find food after this podcast because my blood sugar is going to be gone after this dab. I'm excited though. I'm feeling good. What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 50 of the podcast. Wow, what a milestone. We're here. Episode 50. It's exciting. Today is going to be a fun day. We have a handful of ruby pearls from Ruby Pearl Co. We have a bunch of different sizes and varieties, and I'm curious. I'm just kind of testing out. Like, some people have told me put every single micro pearl in there and put as many in there as possible and take a big dab and see what it's like. And I'm interested to play around with the surface area and see how many pearls is too many pearls and what that perfect area is for the amount of them. And holy fuck, I took a dab right before this, I'll be honest with you guys, and I'm just trying to find myself. Also, too, I want to talk a little bit about nail maintenance today. Not that I know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I'll give you my 2 cents on it. I've had a few awesome supporters reach out and just say, hey, man, like, how do I take care of my nail? And I'm like, that's great. You're asking the guy with the super Chaz banger on the podcast. So today I brought out a new nail and I will take care of it today. Once the camera goes off, it will be abused. And then we won't probably use it for a while because I'll be like, let's not Chaz it until all the other ones are fully Chazed. But nail maintenance is important if you don't have access to new nails. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And I have this 10 millimeter triple double on the table today. This is a piece for someone. It's already spoken for, but they're nice enough to let me smoke it on the podcast today. So I don't know if I've ever done a clear 10 millimeter triple double like this. I know I've done the clear ones, but I'm not sure about the 10 mils. And again, going back to saying episode 50, we're definitely going to do a giveaway or something soon. I'll make a piece, but we'll probably also give away some like ruby pearls and like some terp swabs. We'll give away like a whole package. Like maybe we'll throw in like a coffee mug in there or something. So we got like these new mugs that are like thermoses, but you can also just drink it like a regular mug too. I got them like for myself, but the company we got them from were like, you got to order like 30 of these if you want custom engraved ones. I was like, fine. So I ordered 30 of them. But I kept a few, given out a handful to friends and family, but I think we're going to put the rest of them up on the website here soon. They might even be up by the time the podcast drops. Oh, and we just got this new like little like frothing thing for our coffee. It like foams the milk for us really nice. And we've been loving it, but this morning it broke. I was really bummed out because we just got it, but we're going to try and order a little nicer one. Maybe we went with the more affordable option and it just didn't work out in our favor. You know, it's hit or miss sometimes with certain electronic products, you know what I mean? Like, even the most expensive ones sometimes shit the bed instantly as soon as you open them. But luckily, we can get it returned and get a new one. Either way, coffee's still good today. We're drinking some of that Bulletproof from, the Bulletproof coffee, but the flavor is Mentalist. And you know, our official, unofficial sponsor, Liquid IV here, we got some watermelon. They'll sponsor us someday. It's going to happen. I'm just going to say it and it's going to happen. That's how I'm doing things lately. Or at least for the last 8 years. When I was about 21, 22, I was like, nothing's working out. I'm a high school dropout loser. Maybe if I just pretend to be successful and intelligent, it will happen for me. Neither has fully happened yet. I definitely feel dumber and dumber every day. But I'm paying my bills, so that's some little bit of success. So I'm grateful for that. I warmed up this nail to take a dab right in the beginning of the podcast and missed it. That's just what I do. Even if I'm only slightly baked, I'm going to miss those dabs. But let's warm up. Let's start smoking and start chilling. and we'll just get right into it. Hope you guys are having a good day today. And again, if you've never hung out at our podcast and been to the What's Up Everybody podcast, welcome. Essentially what this is like about an hour like rant. We talk about everything from life, glass blowing, personal experiences. It's just a little bit of everything. So if you are just hanging out for the first time, like roll a joint, pack a bowl, take a dab if you want, whatever your normal ritual for smoking is. And if you don't smoke, if you're just curious about counterculture and like what us weird stoners are doing, welcome. Excited for you to hang out as well. I have a brand new nail, and I will say one thing with the brand new nail, I seem to be getting more stoned from it. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm getting a deeper profile flavor with some of these terps, but man, last night I sat down with my wife at like 8 o'clock at night because we usually chill once the baby goes to bed. We'll hang out for an hour before I go back out to work for the rest of the night. And like I brought the rig in. I was like, yeah, we're going to sesh. And I took one dab and I couldn't take another dab for the rest of the time we were hanging out. I was like, I just got to sit here. Like this shit was dead, hit me like way harder than normal. And I'm not sure if it was because it had to have been the new nail. Maybe it was the first time using the ruby pearls. Like maybe I got a little bit bigger of a dab at a lower temp because it vaporized like more of the concentrate. And we'll talk about that stuff too, because that's really what pearls and pillars and all these little inserts that go inside nails are for, is to increase surface area. The more hot surface area, the better. Think about it. If it's a big frying pan and you go to put some oil in there to fry your chicken, when you pour that cold oil in there, it starts cooling all those sections of the pan. If you have a larger pan with more surface area, it's not going to cool down as quick, and you're going to be able to heat up more of that oil faster. We're talking from a cooking standpoint, but we can transfer that right over into fucking smoke and concentrates. It's the same concept. The more area, more surface area you have, when you put the dab in there, even though it's cool in the spot where it initially hit, you have all these hot spots all around the nail. You have pearls spinning that are hot. They're stirring it and vaporizing it, and it's just increased surface area. You're going to increase the size of your dab you get from a smaller amount of concentrate. That's essentially what the terp slurp nail is. It's like a super surface area nail. It's like more surface area, the better. So that you can get more out of your concentrate. Because if you have a huge puddle at the bottom of the nail at the end, that's not because the nail wasn't hot enough. It's because the dab was too big for the amount of surface area in the nail. If you have a nail with a huge amount of surface area, you got pearls in there, you can put a huge dab in there and actually vaporize the whole dab without burning it, Should probably take this dab. I didn't even scoop anything out. I'm going to start with a low temper. Fuck it. Smoking peace within hash today. We got some monkey pie right here. It's going to be the first one of today. Let's move this. She's going to be a little low temp, but we got these pearls in there. And with those in there, low temp is totally fine because it's still going to vaporize. Wow. Yeah, that was like super, super nice. That was about 450. I took that. Pretty low. But I got plenty of smoke, though. I had 3 pretty much full breaths, which was plenty for me. And I really don't have much of a puddle in there. It doesn't look burnt. It's like the right color. You know what I mean? Like you can tell when you fucking burnt the oil. All right, so let's clean this now. Now, I know the rules for dunking pearls or anything is different depending if it's quartz, ruby, or boro. However, I know that there's rules. I do not know these rules. So what I do is first I initially just take a dry terp swab and I'm just going to clean up that nail. Just get everything I can initially pick up. It's just the first hit, the first run. This is why Chaz bangers, because no one's got time for this. So, clean this up. And that noise, it's kind of like nails on a chalkboard. All right. So that's what I do first. Then what I like to do is I have 2 different containers of alcohol. Got my dirty container, clean container. So right here is where maybe some more educated people are going to go, no, don't do it. Threw those right in there. I throw the pearls right in the dirty one. I've done this for over a year with my Boro ones, but now it's my first time using Ruby. Let's see if I'm doing it right or wrong. The people from Ruby Pearl Co. be like, bro, you literally just, that's not how you take care of our product. And I'm like, sorry. But first I throw those in there. Then I take my clean alcohol, pop that open, and I'll grab another terp swab. You're going to use some fucking terp swabs. And then I'll go back in, start from the top, and kind of work my way down. I start from the top because naturally the terp swab or Q-tip is like a little sponge. So when you squeeze against the wall, alcohol is going to start coming out. And if you start at the top and do a lap, it's going to just pour down the wall, getting a nice coating that brings it all to the base. And then you kind of work your way down, following that down, getting there into the bottom. And then I like to flip it around. The terp swabs have a pointy end as well. And I'll hit that with a little more alcohol. And this is really nice for the Evan Shore nails, because Evan Shore nails have these like flared bottoms. And I like to take that point and kind of get like right into there. All right. We're just about done. A lot of work. You know, I could have got my second dab in by now, but my nail would be ruined. You got to pick and choose your battles. It's really what it is at the end of the day, folks. Our time is limited here. You got to pick and choose what you want to do. You want a Chaz nail or a clean nail, and how much time you're really saving. Okay, I'm done with my clean alcohol now. Nail looks pretty good there. Another option that's way faster than this, if you have enough, is you get a silicone dish or even like maybe a metal bowl or something that's not going to melt. And you can take your whole nail and submerge it in alcohol. I would say that's probably the absolute fastest way, and it's great if you actually have a couple of nails so that you can rotate them out and do all that. But for me, I have this one nail. This is how we're going to keep it clean. It's just pretty basic setup. We got 2 different containers of alcohol. We have some terp swabs, and then we have some time. That's really what it is. Okay, the last step that I find is important, especially if you're using pearls of any kind, is even if they're dipped in alcohol, when you take them out, they still may have some residual reclaim on them, which they do, when you put them into the nail and you start warming the nail, or even if you heat the whole nail and then drop them in, I like to warm them up with the nail. That's probably not the way to do it either. I bet the rules are you're supposed to warm up the nail, then put the pearls in, but I like to live life on the edge. So we warm them up in the fucking nail. So what I found is I like to actually wipe them off with like a little piece of paper towel or something when I take them out of the alcohol. I do not have a piece of paper towel though, which is totally fine. I do have this microfiber cloth. Perfect. Good enough. And I got these really cool little grabbers that Ruby Pearl Co. sent me. They're fucking crazy. Like little claws. You're not going to be able to see them, but I can. And they're fun. And a lot of people that watch this podcast are like, yeah, dude, we've all been using those for like 4 years. And like me, it's so funny. As much as I make pipes and I'm smoking hash all day, I never go out and get the new trinkets. I don't have if I need something, I make it. I'm like, oh, I need a new cap, I'll make it. Or I need this, I'll just make it. I'm not like out there looking for the new thing. But yeah. So I like to wipe them off a little bit. Just helps reduce the amount of shit you're possibly going to get into the nail and then cook onto the wall and chaz it out. A paper towel would be way better than microfiber cloth, especially a mysterious one that's next to a lathe that might be covered with oils and other things that they use. Who knows? I don't know. Terps. It's all just terps to me. Okay. Close these up. Now let's talk about this 10 millimeter triple double. I might start offering these here and there on the website for Sunday sales if people are into them. So the lip wrap on this one is Moonstone. It's a nice sky, kind of like cloudy blue. It's like opalescent. Very, very pretty color. It's definitely I would say it's an industry favorite. I wouldn't even say it's like my favorite or fan favorite. It's just an industry favorite. A lot of people love Moonstone. This is a pretty narrow piece. That's the thing about the 10 mil RBRs is like the micros are going to be small, but like the triple doubles and stuff like that are still going to be bigger pieces. They're just like more narrow as opposed to like a double diffused where you have that fatter upper can right here. This has got a 10 mil reducer in it right now so that we can smoke it with this 10 mil nail. That's why it looks funny on the top there. But The double diffused have a 38 millimeter can, where these have a 26 millimeter can, and it's definitely a totally different hit, the 14 mil compared to the 10 mil. And I promise I'll be dropping more 10 mils soon, more 14 mils soon. I have a lot of people that just been waiting for 14s because been making a lot of 10s for a minute. God, it's been so cold in Colorado lately, guys. It's been brutal, and I'm sure there's a lot of you folks watching that live in other parts of the United States or the world where it's been mega cold. It's because it's not just here. They're getting weird weather everywhere. Texas just got fucking snowed in. Crazy. All these people moved from California to Texas and then like lost power, and now it's cold, and they're like, oh fuck, do I like Texas? This is not what I signed up. I thought it was like warm here like California. No, but yeah, it's crazy to see a place get snow, even if it's only like an inch, like not much if they're not prepared for it. If you don't have the infrastructure or the plows or like all the salt like places set up around the county to be able to, move sand or salt to melt the road. If you don't have all that set up, then you're fucked when you even get an inch. So it's just crazy to see how fragile things are. But yeah, the 10 mils are, these 10 mils, a little bit more restricted, more narrow. They're just like a skinnier, more elegant piece, especially the way they feel in your hand. They feel like very elegant compared to a 14 mil. Feels a little bit more bulky and heavy duty. A little different. All right, let's take a dab of some Flow OG. I'm a little bit shaky right now, guys. We're just a tad bit cold. I'm going to flick on this one heater behind me because it's quiet. Because I've drank a bunch of coffee this morning. I worked out with my trainer and haven't eaten anything, so now this cold, the adrenaline, the hash, I'm going to be trembling. The other day my wife was like, oh, your hands are cold, do this. And she started doing this and like showing me how she like can like warm up her hands. I was like, oh, that's a cool way to stand too, because you look really confident. Just doing that. You look tough. Oh, I just kind of do it right now too. Fuck, okay, everybody's cold. That's all right. We're going to upgrade. By the end of this year, we're going to have climate control in the glass blowing studio, which is also where we film the podcast. Okay, let's warm this up, because I don't think I have yet. I think I've just been talking. Chill, bro. She quiets down when she gets fully warmed up. I'm sure it's not bothering the mics too much. Ijah, did I smoke this last episode? Did I have that on an episode? I don't remember. Because this is my wife's piece. I've had it forever. I've had it before, but like, was it last episode? Like, because I just cleaned it recently, like in the last maybe 4 or 5 days. So yeah, we didn't have it. So cool. Sesh that one on here because it's been a minute. Because not everyone watches every one of my episodes. I mean, 50 episodes? That's 50 hours of me talking. I always worry about Ijah's mental health because he has to like listen to me twice in a week. It's intense. Could you imagine? All right, we're just trying to warm up a nail and create conversation while this happens, because the torch noise can kind of be distracting from a good point if you're trying to make it. All right, that's hot enough. Yeah, so that's what works for me to keep the nail really clean though. Like, it looks pretty good to me right now. I don't see anything funny going on. And we've already taken a handful of dabs on it since last night. You can keep nails looking good forever if you have patience. Patience is important. You see people that really like take care of their like vehicles, stuff like that. Man, I don't have that patience. I just want to like have people around me that help me. I'm like, I'm not patient enough. Will you do it? Oh, I just slurped on mic. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hi, little Bane. Bro, you smell like shit. You just eating shit? What are you doing? All right. Ooh, she's still spicy. We're still in the 700s, 690s. Hey, we got a second. Because I want to take this probably closer to 500. So it'll be a little warmer than I did on the last one, but I'll get a little bit more of a cloud, and you'll probably see the function a little bit better because a little bit more smoke will go through the piece. Oh my God, why am I shivering like this? Maybe it's low blood sugar. I stopped putting sugar in my coffee. Maybe that's the excuse I can use today. Oh yeah, I'm shaky and like this because I stopped putting sugar in my coffee. I also worked all night for the last 5 nights trying to get caught up from that burn, which healed amazingly, but then I cut my knuckle yesterday and that's been slowing me down. But I'm not even worried about it because I got terps. We're at 523. We're so close. Let's get some flow out. God, I hope this cold breaks soon though, because this is not like Colorado, at least since I've been here the last 6-7 years. You know, I didn't grow up here though. But man, okay. We're at about 470. That's even honestly lower than I wanted to go, but perfect. I'm like right on the crack. I gotta move this over. I wonder if I should put a little more water in this. She's shredded. I mean, she's moving. But I feel like she could handle more. So right now, I'm using 2 pearls. And let's see what size they are. I don't know if they say on the bag. I could guess pretty close, though. Okay. I would say the 2 pearls I'm using are 6 mil, probably. Maybe 7. And I have 2 of them. I usually like to do 2 to 4 pearls in the nail, depending on the diameter or the size. I find that, again, it's surface area. And I get, especially for people out there that maybe you don't have the lung capacity, but you're brave and you think you can handle more volume of smoke. So if you want low temp, thicker cloud, and use less lung capacity to get that dab in, use some more pearls, create some more surface area, vaporize a little bit more of that. And it will do that. It'll give you more smoke. It'll make you feel like you can take bigger dabs. I felt cool for like a couple weeks until I was like, God, I'm so stoned all the time now. What happened? The fucking surface area happened. More of it was created, more vaporization. Terps got me. Holy shit. You guys, the last few episodes, I've said this, I've actually said this the last few episodes, but people have been coming out supporting heavy. Super stoked. We have so many like new listeners, like people reaching out that like just started listening, and I'm stoked you guys are listening to the new episodes first before you go back to the first ones, because the first ones are great to watch the progression, but I think stick with the relevancy because there's no rhyme or reason. Like you're not really missing anything. I'm pretty repetitive, I'm sure, for the most part. I mean, maybe I think in the beginning I was trying to motivate other glass blowers and people a lot more. Now I just get stoned and just rant. It's a little different. So if you want to see more of that, like beginning story stuff, maybe watch those early ones, but make sure you like the podcast first. I would hate for someone to judge me on my first of anything. I posted actually my first RBR the other day because someone reached out to me and was like had the, I think it's the first ever actual bell recycler ever made, which now it's the refined bell recycler. And I posted it on Instagram and it got huge feedback, like crazy amount of likes, comments. I'm like, oh, I love that people like were like so excited to just like see my early like wonky work and see the story and the progression. I feel like a lot of artists are nervous to post that early work. Actually, I know artists that, you know, they delete a lot of their posts. Like they've been around for 7-8 years, but maybe they only have 200 or 300 posts, and it's because they're always removing posts. And I don't think that's necessarily to do with like because they're embarrassed about work or don't think it's good enough to be on their page. I think it's more just about controlling the volume of posts on their page. They don't want it to get messy. I like to keep it messy. My page is a fucking mess, but then I also have Bearmont Studios, so I do have, you know, they're doing one page. I have 2. Now I have 3 Instagrams because I use the WE podcast Instagram as well. I'm starting to communicate with you guys on there. And I think that's probably where we'll do our giveaways. And I'll only advertise it on the podcast and on that podcast Instagram. I won't post it on They Did It. I won't be like, so that way it's not just a flood of like people that don't even watch the podcast. But I can't find a good random comment generator that just like efficiently picks a comment for YouTube. So, and I can for Instagram. So we're building up the What's Up Everybody podcast Instagram. I'll talk about it on here, but make sure you guys follow that so that you can enter the giveaway we're going to be doing here really soon because we just hit 50 episodes. I'm trembling a little bit. I kind of feel like, y'all ever seen the movie Titanic? There's this scene at the end where Jack is like on this wooden board, like, and he's halfway in the water, and Rose is just looking at him, and he's just real cold and shaking. That's how I feel right now. And then he just sinks. Oh my God. I just need to sink into the terps. Have we talked about this piece yet? A little. Okay. Again, the triple doubles with these double vortexes, this is a water feature. This does not increase flavor. This doesn't increase efficiency or anything. This is a fun display of controlling water flow and just like balance and a piece with function. That's the art in a lot of the clear stuff I make. The art is in the function, the control. It's controlled chaos inside of a vessel. And what runs this vessel is you put like water in there, a fucking element, and then you use the function of your body to start the engine. And then vaporize plants. Man, you can romanticize anything to sound cool. We could romanticize picking up dog poop. I just don't want to break it down on here right now. I think it'd be a waste of time and not good content. But I'll figure it out later, and maybe we'll come back to it. But but really, you can. And I like to live in that world. I've said this before. I'd rather romanticize things. I'd rather think shit's more magical than it is, because I've been in those mind states where I think I know everything and everything sucks and whatever. And then it's just a spiral. So to stay positive and growing, I need to stay thinking things are magical. Okay, wow. It's hard to talk about a piece of glass, isn't it, for me? I really try. Making a great effort here right in the beginning of the podcast to get right into glass and not do 35 minutes of complaining. But it keeps trying to get in and interrupt talking about the glass. So if you're not familiar with the triple doubles, what the triple part is would be the triple diffuser. Whereas you have right here a double diffused RBR. You have the shower head in the bottom, and then the disc right here that helps the water stack and a little bit of diffusion. Mostly helps the water stack though. What you have in this guy right here is you have the shower head in the bottom, and then you have a disc right here, right where the chamber begins, and then you have another one right here where there would be any lag time that helps that water shoot up for that extra height so that it can create this nice long double drain, which is just a water feature. And it's just for fun. I love that about glass, is like the controlled chaos and moving water, and such a weird thing to be so obsessed with. Wow. Did I even take a dab on this? What happened? How many have I taken? 2? 1? I don't know what's happening. It's one of those days. I told Ijah this morning. I was like, bro, I am just not feeling great. I'm just like tired. I fucking smoked before this. I'm already stoned, but we're here and it's happening. And I'm excited to hang out, but I feel like a real mess. Worked out hard with my trainer today. My wife went with me, which means we were late, so I had to work extra hard. But we're only late because it's my fault, probably. That's what it's so easy if it's just your fault all the time. Okay, well, I think we need to do another dab on this, but I think I want to add just a little bit more water. Because when I was hitting it, it was functioning great, but I felt like she could handle just a drop more. I think I'm going to steal it from the double diffused, the big guy. Because, well, I guess I got my water jug right there, but it's like 28 inches away. I can't. It's just too far. It's too far. I really did not clean that nail enough, I can tell. There's like sticky pearls in there and stuff. This is the problem with nail maintenance, is you get stoned and then you're like, wait, what nail maintenance? You just heated up another dab and then you burned off all the excess resins. All right. Do this over here so I don't get dirty water all over myself. Okay. Just a tiny bit. Like I probably only put like the water was just below the first disc. Now I put it just above it. So let's see how it feels now. And maybe it was too much. I don't know. But I felt like it could handle a little more. First we got to get this nail fully cleaned up from that last dab of flow. Man, I got some Big Z collabs I gotta get finished up because he has his Big Z birthday show coming up with Greenhouse Glass. I gotta finish these Crunk collabs. I got a little Chaka piece in the works. I got just I got to finish the Windstar tube, which is super fire. I got the color for the perk for that. I just got to put it together. I have like 15 collabs that I have to finish, because if I don't, by the end of 2021, not only will a bunch of customers hate me because I don't have glass available, but a lot of artists will be annoyed with me because I just not getting things done. So I'm working all the time. I don't know what. Like, honestly, with the amount I feel like I'm not getting done, I'm like, wow, what am I doing? Am I just like, I don't know. I guess you guys, the only time you guys see me, I'm getting high on camera, so maybe that's what's going on. But when I'm not here, I am on the torch. That's what I'm doing. I've also been spending a lot more time being a dad, which I can't even get frustrated with. That's life. Because my kid can talk now, and she goes, Daddy, I miss you, or Daddy, come inside. And if she says that to me, I'm like, looks like I'm getting off the torch. Because, and then at school the other day, she told everyone her daddy works too much. And I'm like, oh my God, my heart's broken. So I'm trying to find a balance, because she can't she can't be thinking that. This podcast is fucked right now, I'm telling you. You can leave now, it's fine. Ijah's stuck here with me though. So if you guys want to support Ijah today, stick around. Let's take a dab on something else with more pearls. I had someone DM me and say, because they saw that I had a bunch of these really small pearls, they were like, put all the small pearls in a nail and take a dab. And I was like, oh, that sounds really cool, because that's a ton of surface area. I'm just curious if they're going to get sucked down the stem, what's going to happen. So I am going to do this on my double diffuse, because this is not my piece. I don't want to suck a bunch of little pearls down the neck. I have about 5 bags of these. We're going to just fill her up, and we'll do another dab. Big thing I'm thinking about is that, boy, oh boy, do I hope I can find food after this podcast, because my blood sugar is going to be gone after this dab. I'm excited though. I'm feeling good. My trainer supports everything I do. She's awesome. All right, let's get this double diffused over here. Or did I spill some? Oh, I put water. I'm like, where's that water coming from? I must have missed a little, and then it was on the bottom of the piece. Still got to clean this nail up and get these pearls out of here, but we're making moves. Things are happening. Man, I'm stoked on these new mugs. We also got some water bottles too, because my wife originally, this is her favorite water bottle company, and she went to the website to actually order like herself a new water bottle, and saw that they had all these cool colors and stuff. And then she was like, oh wait, you can customize it. And then she went to customize just one, and they're like, oh no, you have to order a box, you have to have a business license, you have to send us like your tax license and all this shit, and like we have to apply to be basically a reseller of this. And we were like, whoa, but we did it all. And then we paid for some things, and then we were like, guess we're getting a couple cases of these, so we have them. So giving our trainer a water bottle too and stuff, and just like hooking up the friends with things. But we will have some water bottles available too. Wow, I am having a hard time keeping the words separated today. There's almost no spaces. It's just one solid stream of slurs. And I think it's because I'm tired. Man, I swear that burn, it only slowed me down a little bit, but it's like I'm so I'm so booked up with work and busy that even like having a few hours get lost in a couple of days like turns into me being behind a couple weeks. But I'm not complaining. If you say you're not complaining right after you complain, does that make it not complaining? That's the question. Chaz the banger. What can you do? It won't be Chaz. It's only the first burn, but still, the process has begun. Actually, after the first heat, I feel like I would love to have someone that knows about quartz, because I really shouldn't make statements on something I don't work or know much about. So I won't. But I should have someone on that knows about quartz. But from what I understand is it seems to get more porous as it keeps getting reheated, and maybe that's where the it looks all cloudy and chazzed, is because it has more basically porous holes for it to accumulate burnt matter that you can't clean out of there. It gets trapped in there. So it's almost like ash. The cloudiness you're seeing is ash trapped in the micropores of the quartz. I made all that up. I don't know if that's real. Someone look it up, figure it out, and leave a comment down below. There's a few of you folks out there that are super helpful like that. Then I say funny things, and then you just come at me with a DM or like you just like leave a comment, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you watched the podcast, and that wasn't in the beginning, so you stayed for a bit. That's awesome. You never know how long people hang out for. All right, clean alcohol now. Even though I like burnt it a little bit, we can still clean it up a little bit and then rewarm it up and we'll be fine. And then we got to put all these micro pearls in there. These things are pretty sweet. They definitely hold heat a lot longer than a boro pearl. I'll say that. I especially notice it like when I'm like, fuck, I missed my dab. Like maybe I'm hitting it with a turbometer and it's around 450 and I'm like, I missed it. It's like too low. Like it just happened on the podcast earlier. And I got 3 like full breaths. That was like really impressive. And that has to do with like that maintaining heat in that surface area where I feel like the boro pearls cool down almost immediately, but they were great for like stirring and just keeping the oil like real like viscous and soft. Maybe it helps melt the bigger dab faster so you can get to the point where it starts vaporizing. I don't know. I was also trying to let this cool for a minute before I throw this in here because you don't want to burn the Q-tip in the nail because that just increases the amount it starts getting all chazzed out. I wish there was a better term. Why do I feel weird every time I say chazzed? I don't know. Maybe in a past life that was an offensive word. I don't know. But every time I say it a little cringy. I'm like, is there a better word? Charred out, bruh? I don't know. Dude, I don't know if there's a better word. But I don't like saying chazzed. I'll type it. I don't want to say it, though. All right. Here we are. Just trying to clean up this hanger that's all charred out. All right. Ijah, we need a mic that's closer to you because your laughing would increase the quality of this podcast. Because it builds my confidence. I feel like some people watch and they'll be like, why is he so confident all of a sudden? That wasn't funny. Like, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm fucking killing it. And I just laughing over there in the corner. Perfect. Oh, man. It was an intense, stressful morning, but now I'm laughing, and it feels good. Wow. That is just burning a little bit. But what can you do? It has begun. The nail will be fine, because it's an Evan Shore. All the ones you see me smoking are, like, honestly, a year or 2 years old. I have one that's a little bit chaz, but it's because we heated it up with the big fucking torches. I'm the worst. I also show the strength of his nails, though, by the videos that made it to World Star Hip Hop and stuff. I'm showing the quality and strength of his nails. However, I abuse his nails. If anything, I'm a great, like, test place. Send me a product. Let's see if it makes it. Like, can it survive being in this studio with me picking it up and putting it down frequently? Okay. Well, let's get these pearls in here. I'm just trying to think of the most efficient way. Probably just pour them in. I don't know how bouncy they are, though. Sometimes smaller things are bouncier than bigger things, or I don't know. But I've seen some shit jump out of nails, and I'm real shaky right now. Oh my God, I'm so shaky. It's called, bro, see? Problem solver. Put them all in one pack and just do it in one go. That way, if you fuck up all at once. See how many we got here. I got some more small ones. Where are they? There they are. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's cold, guys, in Colorado. Why is it so cold? Which pack, though? Oh, this one. Problem solving. All right, this is plenty. I feel like any more and I'm going to be sucking them down the fucking neck of the nail. Okay, they're in. These are still going to get sucked down the neck of the nail. Now that I'm looking at this is going to get a little messy. I'll be able to get them out of this perk, which is really cool about this. These are not small enough to go through the slits of my perk, so I could easily get these out of this piece. They won't get trapped inside the actual piece. They won't make it. They'll get in the shower head, and then I can literally just pour them right out. So that's kind of cool. Oh my God, I'm so cold. Why am I fucking shaking? You know what? I think I need more caffeine. That's the issue. It's just a little more. And do you guys know how coffee works? You know how it works, Ijah? It like blocks the receptor that like makes you tired. Well, you're tired still. It blocks the receptor that your brain recognizes that you're tired. You're still fucking tired, but your brain doesn't notice it. It's like, oh, we're fine. Everything's good. We're just chilling, working. All right, I'm going to warm this up again because it's been just sitting here. But she looks good. She's not burnt. We're good to go. But yeah, we have another Sunday sale coming up. This is going to be coming out today. So Sunday sale today. If you're watching this early at 8 a.m. It's going to be just a handful of crushed double pieces and then a few mini double diffuse and a couple micros. Nothing big because I have to get like some collabs done over the next couple weeks so that people don't get mad at me. Because, because I don't even want to call and give someone a sob story. That's my issue too. Is I just like won't even tell them what's going on. They'll just think everything's great and then I'm just not doing it. And I'm like, well, I'd rather you think that than me call and be like, so this happened and my cat has diabetes and I just don't want to be that guy. I'd rather just be like, yeah, I'm going to get it done. I promise. I'm not even going to give you a fucking excuse. Just, I'll get it done. Maybe that's why I'm so like tough with the whole excuse thing. It might be because when I was a kid, my dad didn't let me say sorry for things. He's like, sorry's not enough. And I'm like, I don't know any other words. 6. I think the last time I told that story I was 7. That's the fun thing about podcasts. You're recording it, everything's changing, and we're just killing time till we try to see how this works with this many little micro pearls like I was recommended by someone on Instagram that watches the podcast. See here, 750. Okay, I'll leave it in there. People worry about my turbometer. I don't. Just put her in there. See what happens. See what I mean? Send me a product. Let me see how it goes. Have you ever just not known what to dab because one seems really strong and then the other seems too terpy? So it's like, do you want to get choked up on terps or do you just want to get too stoned? Man, decisions. These are real first world problems, huh? Not even first world. These are fucking terp world problems. Terp world is not even on this planet. It's a fucking different dimension. People don't even know it exists. Even people that smoke weed don't know about terp world. Only the top 2% of weed smokers may know what terp world is. It's not even first world problems. It's terp world problems. And now we're at 5:26. See, we're killing time, folks. If you guys were sitting here, you could tell me a cool story while I waited for my nail to cool down. All right, let's see what happens here. I'm terrified. Oh my God. Dude, just super tasty. A ton of surface area, a lot of smoke, super smooth. Didn't spin as much as I thought it would. Maybe that's because I didn't get aggressive with it, but rarely do I pull hard on my caps. But with this many pearls, there's a lot of resistance on each individual pearl as it's trying to build momentum in the cylinder. It's hitting other pearls. So, we need more heat. It's cold as fuck in the garage. This shit's cooled down. I don't even need this reheat. I shouldn't even do it. No, they're not moving. They're not moving right now. They're tired. Sleepy pearls. Ugh. Wow. What a way to start a Wednesday morning. Well, at least for me. You guys are seeing this on Sunday. But this is hump day for me. It's the middle of the week. Oh, this is just me just trying to figure out what the fuck is happening this week. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what. Again, the increased surface area with the added pearls, we weren't getting much spin in there. That could be the type of cap. That could be, like I said, the amount of resistance from each individual pearl trying to build momentum in the cylinder, hitting each other. I mean, there's excuses we could use for days. Facts are, the shits did not spin very good. But I got a wonderful dab. It was really nice. It was probably, I've never had, have you ever seen those, I think, who doesn't? Maybe J-Red. They're like quartz knots. I don't know. They're pretty cool. They're like an insert, and there's nails that they do. And I feel like with that much surface area, this was similar to something like that, with just having like so many different like edges and curves for it to vaporize on, including the nail itself. Wow. Try this out, guys. Take a few dabs, don't eat anything, work out, and then create a conversation with a camera. Oh my God. It is fun. Maybe not for everyone, but for me it is. Holy shit. These terps. Everything tastes so much better on a new nail, I gotta say. Every dab I've taken this morning, I've been like, ooh, it's like I'm like reminded why I love terps again. Because of course I'm smoking every day. But eventually it gets to the point sometimes where you're just like taking dabs off Chaz nails and you fucking, I forgot to temp it, oh, whatever. Like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden you're just smoking hash. And you're not even worrying about the terps too much. But man, today now I'm getting that reminder how terpy it really can get. Because there's levels to it. With the fresh nail, fresh pearls, keeping everything clean, hitting it at good temps, you can really appreciate all the hard work the extractors and growers put into the concentrate or medicine that you're consuming. Wow. What a fucking day. Jesus Christ. How do we do it, Ijah? How do we do it every week? Oh my God. You know what happens to me, folks? Every Sunday that we do a Sunday sale, no lie, our day gets all fucked up. Because even though it sells out and people are stoked they got some pieces, we deal with so many people that are bummed out or tell us what we're doing wrong, that all me and my wife can think about is like how we're failing and doing everything wrong. And then Monday comes and I'm like, I'm quitting everything. I'm fucking done posting. I'm done making podcasts. I don't want to do nothing. And Tuesday comes and I get some more hash because the podcast is on Wednesday. And then the Wednesday's here and I have a schedule because Ijah texted me Tuesday night and he goes, we filming tomorrow, bro? And I just read up on hash and I'm in a good mood. I'm like, yeah, bro, fucking filming. And I don't like cancel things. Like I have too much pride, so I just say yes to a lot of things, so I force myself to be better. And man, then the podcast happens and I feel better for the rest of the week. And that's just the same pattern every week. I don't know. It's life though, isn't it? We get stuck in patterns as humans. It's just part of our nature. That's just mine right now. I want to figure out what, like, because I have friends that are like, oh, you made money, like, fuck people that are upset, like, fuck people, like, just be happy, like, how are you not just happy? And I'm like, dude, this should be clear that this is not, like, the money thing for me. It's like, I'm trying to bring a service, and I'm trying to create an object that is part of, like, our species' day-to-day life. It's like, a ritualistic thing we use to consume, like, plant medicines. I can romanticize the fuck out of shit. Or I could be like, dude, I'm just trying to make water spin, get people, I want people to get high, make water spin. They'll clip that. Whoa. This dab that I took with these pearls, overwhelming terps, didn't cough much, but it's hitting me in a different way. I'll tell you what. And maybe it's just because it's the fourth dab of the episode. We've been in here for almost 50 minutes. It's crazy. But we're not done yet. Let's smoke my wife's piece because I love this piece. I cleaned it last night, but I did take a handful of dabs on it, so don't mind the water's a little extra frothy. And that's actually a really new 10 mil nail in there too. We'll just clean this one, and we'll put some fresh ruby pearl coat because these are just some boral pearls that I think Cormac probably made these ones. It's blue Jareem and Crippy. Oh my God. This is really fucked up. This episode is great. Really good. This is like, I was listening to one of my favorite podcasters last night, and he was talking about how bad his anxiety gets. Like, he doesn't want to post half the shit he makes because he's like, oh, I'm such a fucking idiot. I look so stupid. It's like, I'm like, oh my God, the people I look up to feel like that. I feel about that, like that about every episode. I'm like, I have an anxiety attack every, like, you know, after the podcast usually, or the couple days after. I'm like, what did I even say? I'm so stupid. I'm like, well, it's okay to be stupid, right? Just be you. And that's where I get to once I'm stoned enough. With enough terps, I realize it is what it is. And you just gotta be yourself. As long as you're not hurting anybody, stick with it. If it's working, it's working. Someone said something right, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, there's a bunch of ways to cop out of a lot of other things. We're just trying to clean it out right now, folks, and kill time if you're just listening to the audio. Because I saw the downloads the other day, and I was like, whoa, why are so many people downloading just the audio? This is definitely a visual podcast. If you're listening to just the audio, whoa. There's no context when you just hear that. And you're like, uh-oh. The pandy got him. However, I'm surrounded by terps and beautiful glass. When I call my own glass beautiful, it's cringy too. Another thing gets me cringy. I'm like, ugh. It's like a comedian like laughing at their own jokes. You're like, it is funny, but ugh. But I don't want to be like just sitting around some glass. I could say some bongs. I usually just try to be very vague about it and like just say bongs, even though I make recyclers. Okay. This is going to be our last dab of the episode. It was a weird one, but we did it. And I'm stoked. I do feel better. And let the pattern begin of another week of the ups and downs of life. Fuck. What a fucked episode. I hope you're just watching the video, folks. Because if it's just the audio, you're going to be concerned. You're going to be like, uh-oh. No, I'm good. I just really need to eat some food. You know, if you ever been real hungry, you start really thinking about life. Because I think it kicks on some internal thing in your body that's like, you're dying. You need calories, you're dying. And then if you're a sentient being with like conscious and you can speak, then you start, you know, putting words out there to maybe rationalize what's happening. And there's no rationality to it besides you got to get some calories in. Caloric intake. There's where we're at. I'm good. I'm real good. Just trying to kill some time while this fucking nail cools down. What is this podcast at this point? We talked a lot about glass today, I feel like, though. And I feel like from the beginning, it was pretty much just like glass, getting too stoned, little tangents, some giggles, maybe too deep, maybe some weird shit. It's just a mix. It's an hour of that. If you stayed this long, it was your first episode, thank you. Appreciate you, folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but only like it if you liked it. If you didn't like it, that's fine too. But don't let me know, because it hurts my feelings. Just kidding. Just kidding. Do whatever you want. Tell me whatever you want. We're just trying to kill more time. We're at 5:30. This is awesome. So my wife's piece is a gold ruby, gold amethyst fade. And then it's full crushed opal, and then it has the sidekick drain. And this is a 10 millimeter double diffused, but it's not a mini double diffused. This is actually the same size as a regular double diffused. It's just more like feminine, slender, you know. Just smacking the mic again. If you're just listening to audio, this is rough for you folks. Love you guys. Someone's just driving their car and they're like, fuck this. Okay. Oh, I didn't put the rubies in. Uh-oh. Whatever. Boro pearls, low temper. Whoa. What a mess today. Which way should we go? Probably that one. Awesome. That was really nice. Really low temp, but that's all I really needed at this point, clearly. If you stayed this long, thank you. Again, don't forget to check out bmsglass.com. Sign up for that newsletter. Even if you're not trying to buy glass, we're going to be able to keep people updated about giveaways and stuff, because you might not see the giveaway because Instagram, you know how they do posts, you might see the giveaway 2 days after it's already happened. So if you want to be up to date on the giveaways, drops, everything, including like sales, apparel, just anything, sign up for that newsletter at bmsglass.com. Please, like, even if you guys don't listen to the audio and you have some time, go to the Apple Podcast app and just like and leave a good review if you want. It really does help, and we appreciate it. Thank you so much again, everybody. This is the What's Up Everybody podcast, episode 50. We're going to be doing a giveaway soon for you guys. Be on the lookout. Wow, what an episode. Oh, fuck. It's fucked. Whoa.